So finally, it's now time for me to review probably the biggest summer movie of this year in many people's minds. So, Captain America Civil War is the newest MCU movie. And to many people, it is considered one of the bigger movies of the franchise. After all, we're dealing with Civil War in the Marvel Universe, and that was a really big deal in the comics. At least, I assume so. I never read the comics, so I'm not a comic book fan. But I love the movies. Well, the movie focuses primarily on 4 different characters. We've got Captain America, who is arguably the main character of the film, Iron Man, the Winter Soldier, and Black Panther. I would say that if there was more than one main character of the film, it would probably be those 4. Though some others have some really important supporting roles, and their own story as well. Ultimately, it's about Captain America trying to find Bucky, trying to find the Winter Soldier. Because after 2 really big incidents at the beginning of this film, one of which is being blamed on the Winter Soldier, there is a manhunt trying to find the Winter Soldier, trying to find Bucky. But it's up to Captain America to try to find Bucky first to figure out if he's being framed or if he's being mind-controlled. Mix in the fact that all the events for the Avengers and all the catastrophes that happened because of their fights. Because of those catastrophes, there is a bill trying to be passed by the United Nations so that they have control over the Avengers and decide what missions they go out and do. And many of the heroes do feel that this is a necessary restraint to keep them from destroying cities from their fights with supervillains. While others are against this, and that causes the Civil War. So I have ultimately liked every single MCU movie that has come out so far, including the older ones when they were first getting started. I do feel Iron Man 2 is the weakest for me, but the 12 other MCU movies at least get 3 stars or higher for me. And Civil War is no exception to that rule because I kind of like this more than the first Avengers. The best way to describe this movie is it's a continuation of 3 other MCU movies. It feels like a complete continuation of Captain America, the Winter Soldier, Avengers Age of Ultron, as well as Iron Man 3. I definitely feel this way, especially since I saw all the MCU movies before I saw Civil War. And then I saw Civil War a second time after that. So with those films fresh in mind, I do feel that this feels more of a continuation of Iron Man 3, Avengers Age of Ultron, and Captain America Winter Soldier. Because as you would expect a Civil War movie to be, it does feel a little bit more like an Avengers story because you get all these different characters with their own little stories and developed pretty nicely and quickly. It's definitely not just about Captain America, even though he's definitely the main character of the film. It definitely has a few different storylines for different people and different plots and subplots that an Avengers movie would have. All the superheroes in this movie do feel like they get enough moments in the spotlight. It definitely shows that the Russo brothers do have an ability to juggle all these different characters and all these different subplots just as well as Joss Whedon did in the first Avengers. Because let's face it, when there's movies with several different subplots, a lot of different characters, many of which with their own character arcs, things get messy. And for Civil War, it was definitely handled very well. I definitely still like all the actors involved with playing the characters, as well as all the superheroes involved with the film. And I definitely feel that the 2 newcomers are perfect for the roles they're in. Having seen 42 and Get On Up, I know Chadwick Boseman is a really good actor. And Chadwick Boseman does a really great job at Black Panther in this film. He does a very convincing job with Black Panther, and he does feel like the character I know from the animated Avengers series, the Disney series that happened, as well as the one beforehand. And Tom Holland's performance as Peter Parker / Spider-Man, yeah, he gets me really excited for the new Spider-Man movie because he does feel perfect for the role. That doesn't mean that the movie can't suck, it just means that it seems like he's going to be the perfect Peter Parker / Spider-Man, or the next Spider-Man. The way he looks and the way he talks does remind me a little bit of Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker. There's something about him that just reads yeah, that's Peter Parker, that's Spider-Man. He looks like a great actor for that role. It was very fast-paced, the action was great. It pretty much seems like a good mix between Avengers and the Winter Soldier, because ultimately that's what the movie definitely feels like. I will say this, the first time I saw the movie, the first couple action sequences felt a little too shaky for me. But upon seeing it the second time, it wasn't as bad, and there's definitely a progression because towards the beginning it's a little shakier and more cut up, but as the action sequences continue throughout the film, it gets less shaky and less cut up and more fluid. So by the time that the last couple of action sequences occur, it's really marvelous. Structurally and character arc-wise for Captain America, it does feel a little too much like the Winter Soldier, which really doesn't bother me that much because I do like the Winter Soldier greatly. But at the same time, it does feel like it does borrow a lot from the Winter Soldier with plot-wise, the action, and the character arc of Captain America himself, because ultimately it's him fighting against something he doesn't believe in, which ultimately wouldn't be a Captain America movie without it. So ultimately his character arc really isn't about changing, but rather not changing despite other people telling him he should, and the fight to go against the majority of something that he doesn't believe in. Tony Stark, Iron Man, however, does go through the most change in the movie, as well as Black Panther. Tony Stark, Iron Man, he goes through a lot of crazy things throughout this movie. Now I could obviously go into spoilers because I'm sure a lot of people have already seen this movie, but I'm going to keep it spoiler-free just in case. I just have to say there's a lot of things that he goes through, a lot of tragic events, a lot of things that just would completely cripple him. And it just progressively gets worse and worse as the movie goes on for him, and so he ultimately becomes sort of an antagonist that you understand and actually care about because you're like, yeah, I can see how he goes through this, I can see his decision making. And sometimes he is a jerk about it, but that's Tony Stark. And Robert Downey Jr. is a great and charismatic actor that we can still like him even when he is a bit of a jerk. And of course everyone is talking about the whole Civil War fight where all these superheroes gang together and fight each other. Yeah, that is an incredible scene. It's probably only about 20 to 30 minutes of the film, so it's not as much of Civil War as you might want it to be. But that scene still is kick-ass. And I have to say, I do really like the villain in this movie. I have some bit of complaints with him, but at the same time, I really think he's perfect for the kind of movie that they're making. Ultimately, I do really like the villain of this movie. He's definitely no Zemo. He's not the Zemo that you expect in the comics or from the animated series. He's not really Zemo, so it feels like a cop-out to actually have his name Zemo in the film. It's kind of like Resident Evil, when they have characters from the game, but they're so different from the actual game that it feels like you shouldn't really give him that name, just make him a completely different character altogether. So I do have that little issue with Zemo, but I have to say, he's a great villain and I love him, and I really think that he has a reason and motivations that you can definitely get behind and understand. You might not agree with his methods, but definitely has a personal reason for the things that he's doing, and I think that makes a really great villain. I think there are more spoiler stuff that I can get into that I really liked about this film, but I don't really want to do spoilers for this review, so I'm going to have to not talk about them. But ultimately, I did really love this film, and there might be a few things that I can think of as complaints or things I don't like as much, but they're more forgivable for this film, and there are things that, yeah, I totally understand. And so I'm going to give Captain America Civil War 5 stars. Now, obviously, it could be a film that you just think is okay and stuff. That's completely fine. In a year where it's superhero against superhero, I wonder if this is going to be the one that reigns on top, because, let's face it, Batman and Superman didn't get enough good reviews. I still liked it. I don't like it as much as Civil War, but I still liked it. And we've got X-Men Apocalypse, which ultimately is like superhero against superhero. Some of the Four Horsemen are good superheroes being either manipulated or going with Apocalypse, or there's Storm there and stuff. That's kind of like a superhero against superhero movie. Plus we got Suicide Squad, which is a villain against villain movie per se. So superhero versus superhero and villain versus villain year, that's for sure. Wonder which one will come up on top. So far it looks like Civil War will. So, did you see Captain America Civil War? What did you think about it? Go ahead and comment below. If not, what is your favorite Marvel Cinematic Universe movie? There's 13 now, including Captain America Civil War. I'm not going to say my favorite one because I'm going to wait till I do a countdown for it, but I'm waiting until after I see Doctor Strange. Because I feel that if I do a countdown of the 13 movies so far, I'm going to have another Pixar situation where I did a countdown of best and worst Pixar films after Inside Out, but in that same year, The Good Dinosaur came out and I don't have that with my countdown. So I'm going to wait until Doctor Strange comes out, and I'm going to wait till I see Doctor Strange, and then I'm going to do a countdown of all 14 of the MCU movies so far. And if you like this video and you want to see more, please subscribe and check out my movie reviews of 2015 and 2016. As always, this is Bruce Gifford, and this was just my opinion.